thing you have in your hand that every human being has is the whole world. You are an integral part of the cosmos. When I'm starting to paint, and what the painting is all about is this condition of emptiness. I think that for me is the most important aspect of a life. You know, we're born, and with birth, death enters into us. So we don't wait for death to come over a hill, an old man with a scythe, but death is in us. And I think that is something to celebrate, because it's to sort of deal with the whole business of fear that as human beings we've learned. Our culture has, you know, we've been taught to be afraid from the moment we're born, and we never overcome that threat of fear. I think that really sums up my whole philosophical sort of attitude to painting. Society is engineered to shove us into separate boxes and throw away the key, lock the box, and say, that's what society is about. And I suppose it's the artist has any job. If there's anything, you know, is to reverse this process, to break down this process. And that's why artists are never trusted, and quite rightly. You shouldn't be trusted.
My work, to start with, it's informed by identity, how we all pick things from each other or environment that we go into, and then that shapes who we are. I chose the categories because they are dances to start with. It's very expressive, and the part that I've chose for this show is the greeting from that dance. The reason why I placed it near the door was it's a greeting. It goes from the sky to the ground. So basically, it's made to my height. Each piece are a part of that greeting, a part of the hand movement, the body posture. The material itself is made of construction materials, concrete canvas which makes the arch. The wood is more of a natural material, you know, together with the concrete. And then the glass is, you can see through as a window. I like the glass against the metal. The metal is so harsh. The glass has a certain level of fragility to it, so it brings it in softness. You know, the name itself is Katakas, which is it's a dance that is disappearing. It's a very traditional dance. Now it's becoming more and more contemporary, and to be able to include that in my sculpture, maybe making people more aware that there is something so beautiful out there that is actually disappearing. I'd like them to kind of take that with them when they go home, yeah.
I love that this is a show, and I'm aware that it is for anyone. You can see it on this level and just have fun, enjoy looking at it. I actually just want to create a conversation. There's a lot about just conversation about the work, and if a gang of school kids came in here, it'd be great if they had made up a story about that. It would be as valid as what I am saying. Yeah. And I was just trying to bring in a bit of humour about, you know, very important Renaissance people, because to get where they were and all the commerce of the time, there was conversations going on. Things worked, and I was just in a way recreating people around at that time that could have overlapped. I just did it in a humorous way. I've come up with an idea. It's a generational thing. It's like if you went into any home where there's a proud parents and they have all these records. But there's something lovely about that, like in the pride in families. So the graduation day, that's definitely like it's 60s, and they're very proud of Ita or whoever who's just graduated from St. Bart's. You can assign whatever name you want, you know. Could have been Fran went off and did well in America, and look at, there he is. We never see Fran anymore. Again from a writer, John Banville, I love his writing, but he said a quote once: the world is very dark, but terribly funny. And I think that's a good start. You're kind of powerless, but you can choose how you respond to the world. I've used materials here like the enamel glass. So I wanted to use that material to create that shine, that like almost like a boiled sweet, one of those things that you actually want to touch it, you want to possess it. Some of the ornaments that I have here before, they were symbols for your status, you know, those Staffordshire dogs on your mantelpiece. Now it's about less, but the colour that you choose will say so much about you and how you present yourself to the world. And that's all quite funny. You know, it's quite funny. And I like that the comic can have a place in actually serious contemporary art. I think that is, why should we ignore that? It's part of what we feel, it's what we try to aspire to be happy.
I think the great thing about art is that it has no meaning whatsoever. It has no purpose whatsoever. And that's why art will always have a validity in moments of extremity and has validity that meaningfulness can never have. It's the emptiness of it that is the essence of our life, really.